First week back training after our week's holiday in Chamonix, and this is my long run for the week, 35 kilometres. And the plan for the week should be my highest overall volume so far. Good morning. It's Saturday the 2nd of August. I'm out for my long run. Hopefully 35k today. It's an absolutely beautiful morning here in Fife. Just sunny, nice temperature, just the very slightest breath of wind. Great to be out, and hopefully I'm just going to enjoy the journey. Legs are a little bit tired going into this, but hopefully we'll get on okay. I started this week with fatigued legs after our Chamonix holiday, which had a lot of time on feet, and then the travelling as well. And then Monday was a 13k fairly gentle run, but I got faster on some of it. Tuesday was upper body strength and conditioning, no running. Wednesday I did a mile benchmark run just to see what my sort of top end speed is and see how that changes as I really focus on endurance. So I did a mile in 6 minutes 11 seconds, which is not that fast, but I'm not used to pacing it, so I think there's probably a little bit more to come there. I think my VO2 max is still going up a bit. And then Wednesday evening I had yoga, which had quite a lot of leg exercises, and then kickboxing, and it was kicks weeks, where we, funny enough, focused on a lot of kicks and leg exercises. That sounds like quite a bit so far. But then Thursday morning I had legs day with strength and conditioning. I mean, it's only a couple of sets per exercise, and I'm not exactly the biggest lifter around, but still, it's all adding up. And then yesterday morning, it was an 8k gentle run. That was a good run. Really focused on low heart rate, and managed to do 75% of the time in zone 1, which normally I'm thinking about zone 2 running, but I just wanted to spend some time in a super low heart rate, and the pace wasn't fast, but it wasn't terrible either. So today in this run, well, first goal is to finish it, second goal is hopefully with no pain, but yeah, third goal really would be to keep the heart rate down. So we'll see how I am in the hills. Can I run up a bit more hills without heart rate spiking? We'll just need to see. And then tomorrow it's 15k in the schedule, so that'll bring my weekly mileage up to 77k, 78k, something like that. So next week is a recovery week, which I'll be quite glad of. But yeah, I'm definitely feeling some progress. Oh, I'm tired as well. It's also worth saying I'm probably slightly under fueled. I've been trying to do a little bit of calorie restriction. Nothing crazy, but I would just I've kind of allowed body fat to go up a little bit more than I would like, and it certainly makes things a little bit easier when you're a bit lighter. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I'm not too slow. My ideal sort of pace is 6-minute kilometre averages. So we'll see how that is. It's 8 weeks out until my next big running challenge, which is running from Crown Ladder to Fort William over 2 days, staying in the King's House halfway overnight. Running that with my friend Dave, who I've done a couple of the West Highland Way runs on. So it's effectively just about a marathon each day, with an overall elevation over the couple of days of about 2,200 metres. So 8 weeks away, 2 training blocks. Hopefully I can continue to build as I have been doing, because I'm doing pretty well. So I need to be able to get these back-to-back long runs. And I mean, 35 today plus 15 tomorrow isn't bad, but I need to be able to do a bit longer on both days. I don't feel I necessarily need to be running a marathon both days before that run, but certainly, well, probably more than I'm doing. But my endurance is building nicely, so looking at my Garmin endurance score, I'm in what's called the superior bracket, and above that is elite, and there's a chance that I could be up to that elite category by the start of October. And then there's a Garmin Hill score, which I'm not quite at such a high category on. I'm at 77 just now, which I think is like expert or something like that. And then the next up is superior, but I'm being slower to build that. But in theory, if I can add a point to that every week, so I'm currently in 77, and I would need to be at 85 to be in that elite category, sorry, superior category. Then yeah, that'd be good progress, and we're due to move on to some more hill work in my training. And it'd be interesting to see how I am after this run, because I do feel a little bit stronger in the hills than I've done in the past. But these are all just numbers, that's all, you know, it's all how I can perform on the day. And sort of, I was saying I've got tired legs, and I do, but previously I've had really tight calves after sort of big vertical challenges, and I didn't get that after the Alps whatsoever. So hopefully I'm getting a bit more sort of eccentric training in the legs, which I always find beats me up more. And then yeah, hopefully getting stronger in the hills. The other slight niggles I have is slight bit of Achilles tendinopathy in the left, which really hasn't gotten any worse recently, and I've got a slight bit of runner's knee in the right, and I can definitely feel that. I wouldn't say it's pain, I just have an awareness of it. So that's one I'm really sort of trying to be careful with, making sure I'm looking after myself as best I can, and hopefully next week's recovery week should help that a bit. And I've got a sports massage booked for Monday, so it's all about just not overdoing it in any one session and just gradually building up. And if I can continue to increase volume, even if there's a slight bit of discomfort and the discomfort's not getting worse with increased volume, then I would count that as a success. That's me 15 kilometres in and bang on what I would say with my target pace, so I'm an hour and a half in. So 6-minute kilometres, which is great. Legs doing okay. Average heart rate 127, so able to manage it all right. This is me getting up towards the high point of the route, so this next kilometre will be a bit slower, but that's okay. And then I usually find the back half is a little bit quicker because it's on average, you know, quite a bit down. Wow, the day is glorious. It was great running in the Alps, but I love running here too. It's become a ritual to come down and tap the turbine. Don't know why, but you know, we've all got our thing. That climb up there was, oh, incident detected. What? Don't know why Garmin thought that might be an incident. I was just going to say that climb up the road and then up the duct track to the turbine was probably a bit easier than I expected. Yeah. So I would say my hill legs are getting a bit stronger. Which is nice. Oh, what a view. See right, clearly right through to Stirling, and there's Stirling Castle in the distance and the hills in the distance. Yeah. What a day. I loved running in Chamonix, like loved it. And it was a great holiday, loads of time on feet. But yeah, there's just something really magical about running in the home area here. Especially on a day like this. It's just, I think because this is where I have really grown as a runner and pushed, you know, and the first time I got up to here it was super hard and it has got easier, and this was always a real spot for me to get to because I knew the view would be great, and I just thought it was a real great spot to aim for. Yeah, and also I have to say it's a lot more runnable around here, whereas in the Alps you get some very steep bits that, you know, in the Alps that I was having to walk. So everything's runnable around here, which does help as well. Yeah. I'm having a really great day out. I'm hoping I feel good at the end of 35k. That's what it's all about. 25k in, 10 to go. I'm feeling pretty good. I might be speaking too soon, but I might try and do just a little bit bonus distance. We'll see. I'm 32k in. I've decided that discretion is the better part of valour, and I'm just going to do 35, not extend it at all. In the last 5k, things have really started to feel quite fatigued, so just my week catching up with me. I want to be able to have a decent run tomorrow, so I'm not going to overdo it today. But my pace has been okay. Heart rate been a little bit high these last 5k, just having to kind of push things a little. Halfway round I was thinking, oh, I'm doing pretty well. Maybe I could push on and get like 42 or something. It's good to have some optimism, but there's not much realism there. Oh, that's me back. 35 kilometres pretty much on the nose at a 6:03 pace. It was feeling pretty good, but then that last 5-6 kilometres, yeah, really started to make things feel tough. But I guess in good news, 23% in zone 1, 63% in zone 2, 13% in zone 3. So pace wise, like intensity wise, yeah, pretty good. But yeah, can certainly feel the accumulation of last week's holiday and just the various things I've done this week. So tomorrow I hope to get somewhere north of 16k, and that would take me just slightly beyond 80k, which has been my highest overall volume so far. So it would just take that weekly volume that little bit higher, which should be good, but we'll see. Just not need to recover well now.